Aaron Rodgers. I didn't even watch the game last night until the fourth quarter. I saw it. I was going to watch it. I checked my phone. I see the notification, Aaron Rodgers is out for the game. And then I kind of just shrugged and I was like, okay, well, the Jets are going to lose. And then what do I expect? I come in and all of a sudden the game's just on and it's the fourth quarter and it's tied. And I could not believe what I was seeing. But I also couldn't believe what I was hearing, excuse me, after the game. Aaron Rodgers out for the season. I mean, Vinny, how does this affect the Jets this year? What do you think they're going to do?
It's the Zach Wilson redemption arc, or at least it's got to be for him. If there's ever a redemption arc for Zach Wilson, the time is now. I can't say in confidence that he led the Jets to this victory yesterday, but I can definitely say for sure that for Zach Wilson, if there was ever a time to redeem himself, the time is now. ACL injury for Aaron Rodgers, gone for the entire season. That's a bummer for the Jets. I mean, I remember everyone was hyping up the Jets this offseason. Jets going to go to the playoffs. Jets are going to do this. They're going to do that. Not even it wasn't even 5 minutes in the game and he gets injured.
He threw one pass.
He threw one pass, no yards. It was an incompletion. And he was carted off. And I remember I was watching this live. And all of a sudden, he's going to the medical in the back, and he's got a boot on. And I was talking to some friends, they're like, oh, that's not good. Maybe it's some minor injury. Maybe he'll be out a couple weeks. Get a notification. Oh, it's an ACL injury. He's down for the year. What happened to Aaron Rodgers? I mean, it's just, man, it's kind of hard to see Aaron Rodgers these last few years with the Packers, how he's been pulling his weight with the Packers. The Packers haven't been able to do anything in the playoffs. And now you want to hope for Aaron Rodgers that he does well in New York. What's the first thing that happens? Not even like 5-10 minutes into the game, he gets injured.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I don't really think Zach Wilson's going to be able to do very much. I have a feeling this is probably a last place season for the Jets.
I don't know about that. I mean, if you're able to beat the Bills, I know, of course, there was a lot of factors that got into beating the Bills, but the fact that they were able to beat the Bills, I will say in confidence that the Jets can vie for a wild card position. Though it'll be tough, I do believe they can possibly do it. Are we going to view the schedule?
Let's check the schedule here and just
boy,
see.
The schedule's coming out.
So, next week,
the Cowboys. Nope, that's a loss.
Dallas. Okay, so now you're 1-1. Then you host the Patriots.
That's a tough one in my eyes. I want to see that game because I don't think the Patriots are going to be a 500 team this year. But it's going to be a good game. I think this will determine who's last in the division because the Dolphins look good. The Bills are going to fight for the top two. I think that's going to be the scrum.
I feel like they can win against the Patriots.
I think,
so
especially in MetLife.
Then they play the Chiefs. That's going to be a loss. At Denver, I feel like
they're at Mile High.
Lose.
They're at Mile High. I don't think they're going to win.
I think so 2-3. Philadelphia. I mean,
no,
the Eagles. So now you're 2-4 after the bye. At this point, this is when you potentially would have to look into signing. I mean, people are saying to call Tom Brady. People are saying Carson Wentz. People are talking about Cam Newton. I mean, all sorts of ideas are being thrown around right now for who the Jets should sign. Joe Flacco, who was with them last year, people are saying they should sign. I mean, he was slightly better than Zach Wilson last year, but he's also older. So I mean, yeah, there's not a whole lot of good options out there. Colt McCoy just got released by the Cardinals. They could potentially sign him. So if they want to lose a bunch of games, there's options out there. But if they want to try to see what they have in Zach, so let's say you're 2-4. After the bye,
they're beating New York
Giants.
They're beating the Giants.
I tend to agree. So then 3-4. Here come the Chargers at New York. I feel like the Chargers are better.
But I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets, for somehow,
and the Jets D pulls it off.
Jets D pull it off, and the Chargers just suck.
The Chargers. Okay, so
doing Chargers fashion. But let's count it as a loss. Let's count it as a loss.
Okay, count as a loss. 3-5. Why don't we say this? Between the Chargers and the Raiders the next week, they win one of those, lose one.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
So that puts them at 4-5.
They're losing at Buffalo.
At Buffalo, that's a loss. 4-6. Then they host Miami.
Oh, that's a tough one again. I would say they win this one, but they lose in Miami.
Lose in Miami.
They lose in Miami.
Okay, so give them the win there, 5-7. Then the Falcons and Texans both at home. That I think you.
They
win
beat
both
the
of those.
Texans, but I think they lose to the Falcons. Falcons look scary this year. I think that's a sleeper team for me.
I think they're beating Atlanta.
No,
so
I think...
now you're 7-7. Okay. I think we did our math wrong.
I think you did your math wrong.
4-5, 4-6, 5-6. So now you're 7-6.
7-6.
But then you lose to the Dolphins. So now you're 7-7.
You're beating the Commanders.
Beat the Commanders. Okay, 8-7. Then
lose to the Browns.
You lose to the Browns. 8-8. And
you're
I
losing
think
the Patriots.
you lose to New. So we're gonna predict 8-9 for the Jets. I initially had them at 10-7, but I had them making a playoff run and winning 2 games in the playoffs because I believe in Aaron Rodgers. 8-9 is not going to get you to the playoffs, so yeah, the Jets are officially the losers of the week.